The Rise of Humanoid Robots represents one of the most fascinating and transformative chapters in the story of technology, blending the ambitions of science fiction with the realities of engineering and artificial intelligence. From the earliest legends and literary fantasies, think of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein or Karel Čapek's play R.U.R., where the term robot was first coined. Humanity has been captivated by the idea of machines in our image, built to serve, collaborate, or even challenge us. The last few decades, propelled by exponential advances in computation, materials science, and robotics, have seen these fantasies gradually take tangible form. Early automata, simple mechanical dolls and clockwork figures, were marvels of their time, but it was not until the late 20th and early 21st centuries that robots began to exhibit the flexibility, adaptability, and interactive capabilities that define the modern humanoid. Today, humanoid robots are not only sophisticated feats of engineering, but also testaments to our aspirations and anxieties about the future. Their design is often inspired by the human body, not merely for aesthetic reasons, but to allow them to operate in environments built for people, manipulate objects using hands and fingers, walk upright, and interact naturally with humans. Leading research institutions and companies, such as Boston Dynamics, Honda with its Asimo, SoftBank Robotics with Pepper, and Tesla, have invested billions into perfecting the locomotion, perception, and cognition of their robotic creations. These robots are equipped with advanced sensors, cameras, machine vision, and increasingly powerful AI, enabling them to recognize faces, understand speech, navigate complex environments, and even interpret human emotions to a limited extent. The motivations for developing humanoid robots are as diverse as their forms. In healthcare, humanoid robots serve as assistants and companions for the elderly or people with disabilities, offering not just physical support, but also emotional engagement. In education, they act as tutors and learning aids, leveraging their interactive nature to engage students in novel ways. In hazardous industries, such as nuclear decommissioning, firefighting, or disaster response, they can be sent into environments too dangerous for humans, leveraging their human-like dexterity and problem-solving abilities. The COVID-19 pandemic further accelerated interest in such applications, with robots deployed for disinfection, delivery, and even patient interaction to minimize human exposure to the virus. Beyond practical utility, humanoid robots serve as powerful platforms for research into human cognition, motor control, and social interaction. By attempting to replicate human movement and reasoning, scientists gain insights into the workings of our own bodies and minds. Furthermore, as AI becomes more sophisticated, humanoid robots are increasingly seen as the ultimate testbed for artificial general intelligence, embodying the dream of machines that can learn, adapt, and function across diverse tasks and contexts. The development of humanoid robots, however, is fraught with challenges. Achieving stable, agile bipedal locomotion is a monumental engineering feat. Humans take years to master walking, and even today's most advanced robots struggle with uneven terrain, stairs, or sudden obstacles. Manipulating objects with the dexterity of a human hand, which involves dozens of muscles and tendons working in perfect synchrony, remains a significant hurdle. Perception and situational awareness are equally daunting. Robots must process vast streams of sensory data in real time, interpret ambiguous cues, and make split-second decisions, often in unpredictable environments. Social interaction, arguably the most complex frontier, requires not just speech recognition and generation, but also an understanding of tone, gesture, context, and even cultural norms. The uncanny valley, the discomfort people feel when confronted with robots that look almost, but not quite, human, poses a psychological barrier to acceptance, influencing design choices and public perception. Despite these challenges, progress has been remarkable. Robots like Atlas from Boston Dynamics can run, jump, and perform acrobatics once thought impossible for machines. Humanoids like Sophia from Hanson Robotics, with expressive faces and conversational abilities, have become media sensations, sparking debates about machine consciousness and rights. In Japan, robots such as Robert have been developed to assist with physically demanding caregiving tasks, while in South Korea, robots greet visitors in airports and museums. The economic and demographic pressures of aging populations, labor shortages, and rising service demands are driving governments and industries to invest heavily in robotic solutions. At the same time, the rapid evolution of deep learning, natural language processing, and sensor technologies is making robots smarter, more adaptable, and more affordable. The societal implications of humanoid robots are profound and multifaceted. On one hand, they promise to augment human capabilities, relieve us from drudgery or danger, and provide companionship in an increasingly atomized world. On the other, they raise ethical and philosophical questions about autonomy, agency, privacy, and the very definition of personhood. As robots become more lifelike and autonomous, how should we treat them? What rights, if any, should they possess? How do we ensure that they act in accordance with human values and do not inadvertently cause harm? The potential for job displacement, especially in sectors like manufacturing, logistics, and customer service, is a significant concern, necessitating thoughtful policies and upskilling initiatives. There are also fears about surveillance, data security, and the weaponization of autonomous machines. Addressing these issues requires not just technological innovation, but also robust ethical frameworks, public dialogue, and international cooperation. Culturally, the rise of humanoid robots is reshaping our ideas about identity, intelligence, and the boundaries between the organic and the artificial. Popular media, films like Ex Machina, television series like Westworld, and countless novels and games explore the hopes and fears associated with sentient machines, reflecting and shaping public attitudes. In some societies, robots are embraced as part of the social fabric. In others, they provoke unease or resistance. The way we design, deploy, and relate to humanoid robots will influence not just their technical success, but also their acceptance and integration into daily life. Looking ahead, the future of humanoid robots is both promising and uncertain. Advances in AI, such as large language models and reinforcement learning, are enabling robots to learn from vast datasets, adapt to new tasks, and even exhibit creativity in problem-solving. Improvements in battery technology, lightweight materials, and miniaturized actuators are making robots more energy efficient, agile, and affordable. Collaborative robots, or cobots, are already working side by side with humans in factories, warehouses, and hospitals, blending human intuition with robotic precision. Researchers are exploring soft robotics, bio-inspired actuators, and even brain-computer interfaces to make robots more sensitive, adaptable, and responsive. At the same time, the open-source movement and democratization of robotics platforms are lowering barriers to entry, enabling startups, hobbyists, and students to contribute to the field. In conclusion, the rise of humanoid robots is not just a technological phenomenon, but a cultural, ethical, and societal transformation. These machines, once the stuff of myth and speculation, are becoming integral to our lives, workplaces, and imaginations. They embody our hopes for progress and our fears of obsolescence, our drive to understand ourselves, and our urge to transcend our limitations. As we continue to shape the future of humanoid robots, we are also shaping the future of humanity itself, challenging ourselves to think deeply about what it means to be human in an age of intelligent machines. The journey is only beginning, and its ultimate destination remains as open and intriguing as the questions that drive it.